Someone asked me recently what feeling grounded actually feels like, and I had to sit with it for a second because most of us know what the opposite feels like. We know what it feels like to stand in the grocery store at 5 o'clock and not be able to decide what's for dinner. That's not grounded, but it's a lot harder to describe the thing itself. I'm Dr. Nicole. I own Rise Chiropractic and Nutrition over in Bridge Park in Dublin, Ohio. And I want to talk about this for a minute because it's been on my mind and the answers I've come to surprise me a little. Grounded. The way I think about it is when you and your body are on the same page, you hear yourself the first time. Something happened and you go, oh yeah, that's how I feel about that. There's no delay. There's no fog to wade through. No 5 minutes standing in front of the refrigerator, wondering what you want. You see it most clearly in the big moments. Something great happens and the joy is right there. Loud, fast, something hard happens and the response is just as immediate. We don't usually have trouble being grounded for the big stuff. The body shows up. It's the small stuff where most of us lose it. Should I have the quesadilla or the salad? Do I actually want to go to this thing tonight? Am I tired or am I just hungry? We stand there and we can't tell. And that's not because something is wrong with us, but it's because there is so much noise on top of the signal that the signal can't actually get through. That's what I think most women are walking around with. Not a body that's broken, but a body that's been talking and not getting heard because there's a lot of other input getting in the way. And here's where summer is interesting. Summer should be the easeful season. Long days, slower mornings, more of what you love. And I see it all the time is women using summer as an excuse to dissolve every routine that they have. Ice cream because it's nice outside. A walk instead of strength training. Again, because it's nice out. Bedtimes drift. Meals become less consistent. There's nothing wrong with any of that on its own. A little freedom is good. Existing and enjoying things is a really good thing. But routine is also one of the ways our body learns where it is. When everything gets loose, the noise gets louder and the signal gets harder to hear. So you start summer expecting to feel better, and you end up feeling further from yourself, not closer. What I want to offer is that getting back to the grounded is mostly a filtering problem. It's not adding something. It's removing enough of the noise that you can hear yourself again. Now, here's where some of you might be thinking, okay, but why is this a chiropractor, the person making this argument? That's fair. Let me explain. When a woman walks into our office, before she ever tells me what hurts, I can see things that she has no idea are happening. I am watching her breathing, that her ribs maybe aren't really moving when she takes a deep breath in. Her jaw looks tense and set. Her shoulders are sitting up higher than they should be, and she has no idea. It's just how she walks around now. And that holding pattern, that gripping that she doesn't notice anymore, is one of the loudest sources of noise in her body. It's a constant low hum of input that her brain has to process, whether she's aware of it or not. This is where chiropractic comes in, and I think it gets misunderstood a lot. Chiropractic is not about cracking a back. It's not about a quick fix for a stiff neck. What it actually does when it's done well is help the body let go of patterns that it's been holding on to for so long that it forgot it was even holding on to them. We're working with the structures that influence how the body senses where it is in space. When those structures move freely, the brain gets cleaner information and the body stops sending the same loud distress signals over and over. In plain language, we help the volume come down. That is the thing nobody has told you was an option. You can take all the supplements you want. You can journal, you can meditate. Some of that helps. But if your body has been gripping for years, none of those tools are reaching the layer where the gripping is happening. We work directly with that layer. That's what gives me the authority to say what I'm saying, because I see this every single day in practice. A woman walks in and is scattered and fuzzy and unable to finish a sentence in her own head. We do the work. A few visits in, she tells me she made a decision without overthinking it for the first time in months. She tells me that she stood in her kitchen and she knew what she wanted for dinner. She thought she was going crazy. She wasn't. Her body just needed help coming down. That is why a chiropractor is the one making this argument, because what we do is one of the most direct ways to help bring the noise down. A lot of what we do in our office is exactly that. The work we do is slow, it's specific, and we see it over and over, is that the body starts to come down bit by bit. Depending on how wound up someone is when she walks in, it might take a few minutes or might take a few visits. There's no rush for it. It's just how long it takes for the body to feel safe enough to let go. What I want you to hear is that being grounded isn't a personality trait. It's not something that some women have and others don't, but it's a state that your body can get back to when it's given the chance to. And summer, for all of the ways that it can scatter you, is actually a really good time to start listening to that signal again. Not by adding more, but by taking enough of the noise away so that your body can actually finish a sentence and hear yourself think. If you've been feeling further from yourself than usual and you're in the Dublin or Columbus area, we would love to meet you. We take our time, we work as a team, and the office honestly is one of our favorite parts of what we've built. If you'd love to learn more, you can book your first visit or call to find out more at the link in the description below.